Hey guys, you're watching the one and only. My name is AJ. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Build a City. We're taking a quick break away from the airport. We've been working on it for the last 3 episodes. I don't want to keep going on for 7 to 10, 12 episodes on the same thing. So we're going to come over to the main slot, the sort of focal point, if you like. A little while ago, I was going through Twitter, and I got a notification from a subscriber or a viewer called Daniel, and he sent through a picture of what looked to me as a beautiful town hall. A little bit old school, a little bit old style, but I really, really liked it. And when you think about it, it makes sense to have sort of the town hall building older than the other ones, because it was probably the first one. Although we're doing a modern city with sort of modern skyscrapers, modern airport, you know, modern houses, we're still going to have older parts in. We're going to have an old cathedral. We're going to have older buildings. The sort of essence where the whole city and island originated from. So it's an absolutely wonderful looking building made out of sandstone and brick as what are the blocks that I'm going to use. And it's going to fit nicely in here, I hope. Probably isn't going to even be as big as that. I'm going to leave some room for a nice sort of car park hedged entrance out the front. But we've got a real decent amount of room here to be able to build sort of basically as big as what we want. Let's get rid of our hotbar, but grab our one back in case we do need it. Hey pig, I heard you. By the way, it stopped doing, you know that rail thing that it was doing with the pigs and making the pigs' heads like giantly long? It's not doing it with the pigs anymore, it's now doing with the ambulances. I have no idea why it's just decided to do it with the ambulances at the moment. I think it just picks random like things in the game to mimic. And then the train rails sort of go from there. It's very, very strange. I might retexture the bricks. It's been asked for a couple of times. AJ, you should try retexturing the bricks to see if you can make them look a little bit better. They're a little bit bright. I think you're right. I think they are. I think they do look a little bit bright at the moment. So maybe that would make sense to do. Let's grab some brick stairs as well, and I should probably order these, otherwise you guys are going to go nuts. Is that better? Nicely. So let's sort of work out first where the center is. Obviously we want this to be centered if possible. I think what we can do is something a little bit not cheaty, but if I go right from that corner over to that corner, I can then copy it. It'll tell me how many blocks it is, and then from there I can find out the middle. So if I go from here to there, copy, it'll now tell us that it's 140 blocks. So if I go from here to about the middle point, we need 70. Yeah, copy, 50, 63, make sure it's on that one, 71, so these two, 70, will be, oh no, I've frozen, there we go, that is 70, which means this would be 69, right? Yeah, and then from there to there would be 71 blocks, so we've got 2 middle points with this. That's no problem, we can make the main doors 2 blocks wide. So now we've got the dead center point of this. That road, by the way, isn't meant to be in line with the center. I don't want everything all mirrored. That's weird if you make everything all mirrored. Okay, so we've got the main center point here. It's a beautiful looking house. I don't know if I want to put it up on screen or not, because if I put it up on screen, I don't do a good job. Screw it, I'll put it up on screen. Okay, so you should be able to see it now, of the sort of thing that we want to attempt to build. We're not going to build it exactly, but we're going to have a sort of use it as inspiration. Like I do with all the builds, we'll use it as inspiration and see if we can get something that looks really cool. Now, the first thing that I'm actually going to change when I go into my texture pack and fiddle about again is make the sandstone slightly different and match the texture of sandstone stairs to this sandstone, to a more smoother one, so we don't get this sort of cobblestoney like look throughout it. I've always not liked how they don't blend in together quite well. They look okay, but if they were all smooth, it would look so much cooler. So we're going to have to sort of bear with me for this episode, and hopefully by next episode I would have fixed it. Maybe not by next episode. I don't know, I'm really busy at the moment. I've been sort of mentioning over videos. I'm really, really busy with all sorts of things. I might be able to show you Y pretty soon. Have I got a block that I can just use at the bottom? Like, does this creeper one stand out enough to be different? Not really. Have we got something else? Just a real standout block? Well, not a real standout block, just a different block. What if we use this? No, it's too plain, too modern. Clay has a little bit more texture to it, but I think it's a little bit too bright. I don't think wool will be any use. Andesite isn't good because we're probably going to have a path out the front and it'll blend into the path. Stone brick, not monster egg. Stone brick. No, I think I'm going to backtrack on what I said. I'm going to keep it like this. So, we want to have a sort of window thing in here. I'm going to take that away. And I'm going to come up here. Now, is that window tall enough for what we want? Not really. I think I want to have it a 2x3. So I'm going to go up another block here. Which means I should probably extend these up by 1 as well. And put these up here. It makes the windows the sort of same height as the doors then. It sort of makes sense to have. Remove these ones. Put these on top. That lines up nicely with that then. Come back, voice. Put these over here just for some detail. A little bit of sort of in and outs. We shouldn't really be focusing on that kind of thing already. But I'm sure we'll be okay. We'll have that going down there as well. Maybe have one coming around it like that, but I don't know. Not for the moment. Okay, on top of it, I actually want this to come out wider now. So we're going to have a sort of half block gap between. It's a beautiful building. There's so much inspiration, so much that you can change with this building. Daniel, you've done an absolutely fantastic job of picking out a really cool building. I get sent in a lot of buildings, and I do like all the buildings that get sent in, but a lot of them don't have much room for change and inspiration. They look good how they are, and you don't want to change them up. This building, although it looks good how it is, we can add so much more. Like this little part that we're doing here, obviously isn't in the main building, but we're sort of making it work in Minecraft, and it's so fun to do. If you ever get bored on Minecraft and you don't know what to build, just go on Google, search for some old building. It works best with older buildings. Search some old, like, 1960, 1970 buildings. Find one that you like, and then build it in Minecraft, but with your own style. Like put your own spin on some of the angles and some of the corners. And you'll be surprised how vastly your building skills will improve, how quick that they'll actually get better from doing that. I would like, this is where the brick part starts. I'm going to do it one block back. Or should I do it in line? No, in line actually looks a lot better. This is where the brick part starts. Here. And on the picture, as you can probably see, there's sort of like the sandstone going up the side mixed in with the brick. I don't know how well that's going to fit in, or if it's going to blend in too much. If I do brick first, maybe that'll help. If I do it like that, and then do brick, oops, brick, oops, that one, oops, brick, and then that one. That gives us a potential window. That gives us a decent window size. I'm going to have 2 windows on the front. I know there's 3 on the picture, but you got to remember that this is Minecraft. Not everything always fits exactly how you would want it to. I'm going to put maybe stairs actually here. I think it'd be very difficult to fit a third window in there. I'd rather not squeeze stuff in. If I grab a slab, this slab right here, I think this will go nicely at the bottom. Like this, and then the glass, I think we'll probably use normal glass blocks for this, will actually go behind like this, and the same on this side. So instead of being like in line, they're set a little bit back. So weird not having the lines around glass. Okay, then obviously you're going to want to have these out the back here, otherwise it looks really weird. Have those underneath there. And then it's up to you what you want to have under there. You could have brick under there, or you could sort of blend it in to what block is sort of in the same level using the sandstone. Up to you. It's personal preference. Beautiful. Some glass in there. So we want to have a similar thing over here. Start with brick. And then go up to what seems to be sandstone at the top. I'm going to do. Have a line of bricks. A line of bricks here, and wham, it leaves us a nice area in the middle for a 2-wide window. I'm going to do the same thing with the slabs, with the stairs on the top half, and then imagine that we've got glass in there. Same thing on the other side. I'm not going to be repeating myself too much. I'm going to focus mostly on the left-hand side of the building now, because it's a mirrored building. It's a symmetrical building in general. So we need to come down here a couple of blocks. I'm going to come in 2 blocks. No windows or nothing like that. You don't want any windows on an area as thin as this. And then come out this way with some bricks. We've got plenty of room out the back here still. So I'm going to come out, I don't know, maybe not even that many blocks. About that blocks. We'll count them out in a moment. I'm going to have 1 block here. Get in line with our window. That's how high our windows are when it's up here. Put these in down like that. So we're going to have 1 block, then a 2-wide window, like this, 2 wide, 3 blocks tall, and then we're going to have a blank spot for, I'm going to say 5 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks total length. And then we have a sort of sandstone-y section on top. In fact, we could probably do something similar to what we have here. So if we go 1, 2, made a mess of that, 2, 3, put this block in. Ooh. Oh, I done it 1 block too high. No, okay, I'm gonna do I like how that is the 3 there. I think I should actually move these up. I think if we went here, here, and these in the middle, and then we match this up to match that one. So instead of these being here, they're up a block. Let's see what this looks like. This might look a little bit too tall now, a little bit too high, but it does sit nicely onto those windowsills. I really like that. Take these ones away, put them up here. Oops. Fill in these gaps that I probably shouldn't have had in the first place. That was probably me being lazy and not filling in them all. And then move this up by 1. It might allow us to then move the doors up by 1. If you look very carefully on the picture, the doors, these 3 archways, actually end up being a little bit taller than the windows on these sandstone sections. And at the moment, they're about the same height, if not a little bit too tall. So let's remove those and make them up 1 more block, as tall as we can physically go with them. Oh, weird spike then. There. And here, there, and there. I think that looks so much cooler. I think that looks really much better. It blends in nicely over here as well. We have a window to go above the top here. This is all brick on this level. What we can do, though, I don't think we necessarily need to extend the sandstone. I think it already does the job of wrapping around the corner really nicely. So we're just going to fill those in like that. And I think we're going to put the next brick layer right here. Do a window in line with this one, the one below. And make sure we get the same height as the other windows with the stairs there. And the nice sort of windowsills. It's a nice third colour. We've got brick, we've got sandstone, and then this grey is that third colour. I've spoken about it many times. The magic of three colours and how it's used in media all across the world. It's a very important sort of trick to use. It's just 3 main colours. Then we drop back. I'm going to drop back 1 block. Now this is where the inspiration sort of comes in, because we can't see exactly how it's like on the picture. and I couldn't find out any sort of other angles that were any good of this building. So we're making it up now. We're going to be using a lot of inspiration. We're going to drop back by 1 block, and then I'm actually going to come forward up here by 1 block. Okay, and this is sort of going to come down here, and this is where those little small square windows are. There are 6 small square windows on the picture. If I can fit 6 in, I will. We've got plenty of room to, so we should be able to. Go back up. If I do another layer here, another layer here, and another layer here, that gives us 2 blocks on top, 2 blocks on the side, 2 blocks below, leaving us a nice spot for a 2x2 window in the middle. We can do 1, 2, 3, and 4. They actually take up quite a lot of room, don't they? 4. I think we could get maybe 1 more in. I'm going to go with 5. I think 6 will end up looking too long when it then comes to doing the roof. You always have to think about the roof and the scale and size of things. So I'm going to go with 5. And I'm going to leave a little bit of gap there. We can always do an extra smaller building on the side that isn't on the picture, but we can add one if it does. If we really do feel like we're missing something. So let's extend now the sandstone one out. I'm going to come out, I think, 1 block behind this layer. So I'm going to do it in line with this one right here. That sort of line right there. I'm going to do it in line with that one. I'm going to come out here and down there. All of this needs to be filled up with a sandstone, smooth sandstone. 24-2. Boop. And we're going to want to come down here. I think I might end up doing a similar pattern, but maybe inverted a little bit. We can do it, well, not inverted. We can sort of just drop it back by 1 by instead doing the slabs on this level. And then having the smooth stone on this level. And I'm going to double that up, otherwise it's laziness. Don't like having holes. And then this one below here. And then that wrapped around like so. Brick will go behind here. And we sort of get this sort of poking out. I don't know what it's meant to be. There's more doors on it than anything else, but there's a really nice sort of stair section that leads up to it. So we need some pillars now. I think we're going to have 1 pillar, obviously, on the corner here. Not right on the corner. I don't think that looks good when you do it like that. I'm going to do it 1 block above the ground and stop. I can then extend this line down here. This is slabs. I was just trying to think about the other side, how it was on the other side. And then those blocks. And then these ones. Beautiful. Okay, wonderful. So that'll go down straight down the middle. We can have the other pillar in here. We wanted to stop 1 block before the ground. And then there's another 4 in between on the main building. But I think I'm going to, well, if we done 1 here, that's 3 blocks between. It depends on how it works out. 3 blocks between, 3 blocks between, 3 blocks between. That leaves us 2 in the middle. I don't think there's a way that we can get this to be perfectly in line. Let's try 4. 4 blocks in the middle. And then that gives us like a load more blocks in the middle. If I move it over by 1, so we have 5 in between that pillar, 5 in between that pillar. That leaves us 6 in the middle. I think that's the best way or how we're going to do this. So we're going to stick these down here and down here. I'm going to curve it off because I think it's going to look better being sort of curved off with some stairs and maybe even some slabs as well. Like that. I should really finish off this front section. Otherwise, it's not going to give us a true impression of what it's going to look like. Put the slabs above here. Whoops. Whoops. Like that. And below. And then what I might do is just add another sort of slab below here, because at the moment it sort of all blends into one, which is sort of what it's like on the picture. But let's just see. If I done another slab there, no, that does actually make it look too square, doesn't it? I think I like it like that. It's a little bit more arched. We're going to want to have sandstone come out here, like that, and another brick section in like that. Beautiful. That all blends in extremely nicely. Same thing down this side. What was it in line with this one? I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure that's how it should be. So that's in line with that one and that one. We then want to have netherrack, which is andesite for us. Nether. As a nice sort of path block to go along here. And I think I probably want the stairs going up in between. So I'm going to just have these two. No, I'm going to have three. I'm actually going to drop it back here. Gives us a little bit more room. Daniel, you've done a really good choice of building here. I think it's going to look absolutely fantastic. It is one of these sort of buildings that take a little while to get your head round, but and a little while to build. But once they're done, they're going to look like a proper cornerstone of your whole city. I think what I want to do, I might actually extend those down to the floor, because I want the stairs to be here, unless we go with slabs. And I do it like that. Or maybe that one up there. I think that looks better, actually. So put those down. Those down. Slabs, I think, look, they're a little bit bigger steps than stairs, you see. So they don't look quite as sharp. They look a little bit more delicate. So we can probably put these down here. And maybe even put stairs there. Oh, that looks pretty decent. Slab. Oh no, we can just wrap the stairs around. Just on the corners or not. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we'll wrap those around there like that. Beautiful. How are we doing for time? We're pretty much out of time for this episode. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to replicate this on the other side, what we've done so far. It'll save me a little bit of time in the future, and we'll get to see a sort of larger picture of how wide this building is going to be from the front. I should be back. Fantastic. I think it's a really, really perfect size for a town hall. Not grossly big, not too small. Plenty of room on the inside for seats and meetings and events that are always held at sort of town halls and stuff like that. And village halls, if you live in a small village, you'll know that sort of in that village you'll sometimes get like events and meetings going on. It's the perfect spot. We've got a nice amount of room still out the back to be able to sort of get a nice depth, even with probably some trees or something lining the back. Plenty of room out the front for a great sized car park in order to park with maybe even a little round fountain in the middle. I think a round fountain would look superb right there. We still have a lot of work to do on it, but that'll be something that we can really crack into next episode. Like any building, starting off is always the hardest part, and once you've got this sort of first part done, it's just a matter of sort of repeating that pattern in different ways. If you guys enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you haven't already, then feel free to subscribe. We shall see you in the next episode.